The pickup there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. 11.
Out of the gun, Luck. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, out.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Luck. He's going to sling this deep downfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Cousins. And Diggs has it. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Listen to me. Let's keep moving. Watch out. Listen. Hey, whoa.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Back, two.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins, the quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for you? Points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone, what a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
It's your boy Old Mo, you said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Justin Houston in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game. So you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Luck now, 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this 1st half, but it's got a 1st down here. Here's Luck. Campbell making the catch. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw is Luck. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They'll find Hines out of the backfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Again, Luck. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late. Getting there, and it's 3rd down. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet.
While making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
And 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Bravo.
Cousins to throw it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Colts.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw, Cousins. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Throwing, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Check. Check out, bro.
On 2nd and 9, Luck. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Luck. And he's got his man, Hilton. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ben Gideon. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got the connection here to Bourne. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Third and long, it's Luck. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
At the 47-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Here we go. Here we go.
They run it again with Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kenny Moore.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First down, Colts.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Sit on right. Check 99. Check 99. Hey, go ahead.
Now it's Hines. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Luck. Got him in. It's Brown. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a one-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. One-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Not today, you are. Not today.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 15 yards on the play, first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Here's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he fields it cleanly. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a two-score game as they've got it first. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Hines, and an out to run. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shot of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. The throw down the field caught by his running back. 15 yards on the play, first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They'll look to throw. And this is Cook with the grab. A good pickup. They get 8, but it's third down now. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. He's back to throw. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here's Cousins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long. Cousins to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal.
Hey, high 7. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Two. 58. Hey, Delta. 58's the mic. I'm coming.
Cousins to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but it'll be second and goal.
It's second and goal at the 6-yard line.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, we got 4 down. Whip. Watch the whip. 58, right over there. Yeah. Hey, Foxtrot. Hey, let's get this. Hey, 58.
Second and 6. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for Dylan Mitchell. Incomplete. Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
Hey, Charlie. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Hey, let's go.
He'll drop to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one. It's tempting to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd. Carry it into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 58 to Mike. Watch the pass. 58, boys. 58. 58 to Mike. Here we go. Hey, Echo. Echo.
Back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One of my favorite expressions is that fortune favors the bold. This seems foolhardy, though.
Oh, it seems very foolhardy. All you had to do was kick the PAT, extend the game.
Yeah, that didn't make a whole lot of sense there, did it? I mean, I just don't get that at all because the risk-reward, it just wasn't there.
And they'll be set up with good field position over the 40-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche.